is Step 1 with Freddie Wilson. Welcome to another episode of Step 1. I am Freddie Wilson. As a reminder, you can find every episode of Step 1 on Spotify and YouTube. And if you want to see more Step 1, give me a follow on Instagram at Step 1 with Freddie Wilson and Twitter at Step 1 Podcast. We got a great show for you today. My good friend Dylan Carr is returning to the show to talk a little baseball and a lot of football. We also have a wild weekend of football to recap and some exciting games to preview. All right, let's ride. We did an awesome weekend of college football, and unfortunately, I missed a lot of it because I was at a wedding, which is a reminder. Although we are a pro-wedding podcast, if you're watching this and you're planning on tying a knot sometime in the near future, don't get married during football season. As for the games, we had Georgia Tech get a big win against Clemson. Georgia Tech, they might actually be good. They're undefeated, and although Clemson is not great, it's still a huge deal to be one of the top dogs in the ACC. Oregon was able to handle Northwestern despite a subpar performance. As a Ducks fan, I'm not worried about Oregon. They have a get-right game against Oregon State before the big show against Penn State. I'm not worried at all. In the afternoon, we had a big showdown with Georgia and Tennessee. Tennessee was dominating early, but Georgia was able to come back and win the game. Tennessee just can't catch a break. They can't figure out how to beat Georgia. And Georgia had a little luck, but they were able to get a win in a hostile environment. South Florida was able to continue their streak of being rated teams as they got demolished by Miami. South Florida is still a good football team, in my opinion. But Miami is just, right now, way better. Moving to Saturday night, we got to talk about Vanderbilt football because this ain't the same old Vanderbilt football team from years past. Vanderbilt might actually be good. I do think South Carolina was a little overrated, but for Vanderbilt to come down to Columbia and beat the Gamecocks the way they did is very impressive. Watch out for Vanderbilt in the SEC. Sticking with the SEC, once again, Florida is off to a bad start with DJ Lagway throwing 5 interceptions against LSU. This is the exact same situation Florida was in last year. A bad start, a daunting schedule, but what did Florida do last year? They changed the narrative. They got some big wins. They turned their season around, and maybe, just maybe, that's what might happen this year. And finally, the best game of the night, we had Texas A&M get a big win against Notre Dame. I know people will blame the kick holder for Notre Dame and the muffed extra point, but Notre Dame's defense couldn't get the job done to stop Texas A&M. And now Notre Dame is winless, and while their schedule gets easier, they might not have enough quality wins to get in the playoffs, even if they win out the rest of the season. Moving into the NFL, a great weekend of games, and it all started Thursday night with the Packers dominating the Commanders. As a Packers fan, I'm feeling really good about where we're at. The defense is let out, the offense is solid. Even my mom, who knows nothing about football, thinks Jordan Love is way better this year. Great win for the Packers. Moving into Sunday, the Cowboys were able to hold off the Giants, even with Russell Wilson having an awesome game. The Bengals were able to get a win, but Joe Burrow is out for a few months, and now Jake Browning is running the show. The Bengals can't have it all. First they go 2-0. First year they go 2-0, and they lose Joe Burrow. They just seem to can't catch a break. They either start off slow and keep Joe Burrow, or when they do start off well, they lose him. And the 49ers were able to get a win with Mac Jones at the helm. Is Mac Jones good now? Hard to tell. It was one game. He played competently, though, and it was against the Saints team that is struggling. That being said, he looked good. Mac Jones might be a good backup quarterback. And the Lions are back to being the Lions with a dominant high-scoring affair against the Bears. The Bears are a dumpster fire right now, and Caleb Williams is struggling. But the story of this game was how bad the Bears' defense was. Moving in the afternoon, Daniel Jones showed last week was no fluke by having yet another good game with the Colts. The Colts might be good. They haven't punted yet, and it's not because they're turning the ball over. It's because the offense is playing somewhat well. I was not high on the Colts at the start of the season, but I think they might be the team to beat in the AFC South, which is the most winnable division in AFC. Also in the afternoon, we had a Super Bowl rematch with the Eagles and Chiefs. Chiefs are 0-2, but I think they're going to turn around because Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, and I think they have an opportunity this week against the Giants to turn their season around, get in the win column. Moving to Sunday night, the Vikings were awful against the Falcons, and now JJ McCarthy's injured. The Vikings have looked good for one quarter of this entire season. They only got a win because it was against the Bears, and the Bears are horrendous. Now, even against an average team like the Falcons, they couldn't do anything on offense. And on Monday night, we had two games. That's right, two games. The first game, we saw the Buccaneers get a big win against Texans. The Texans are crumbling, and I'm starting to think I was wrong about Texans. I thought they would be good. As for the Buccaneers, they look stellar and are looking like not just a team that can win the NFC South, but an actual contender in the NFC. As in the other game, we had the Raiders and Chargers. The Chargers looked really good, and the Raiders looked rough. Geno Smith is starting to show his age. He threw three interceptions. I still think the Raiders had the pieces to turn around, but it was not a good showing for them. And now let's get to my interview with Dylan Carr. All right, today we welcome on a reoccurring guest here to talk all things sports. Dylan, welcome back. How are you doing?
I'm doing good today.
All right. Well, since you're our baseball guy, let's start with baseball. And this is the burning question I have. Are the Seattle Mariners good? We know they're good, but are they for real?
You're all right.
They're all right. You think they're all right? Do you think they're for real? Do you think like this is not the same old Mariners?
I'd say we've seen good Mariners teams, and this is just one of them. I don't think they're anything spectacular.
You don't think this is the year where they finally like win a playoff series? Maybe
I think they'll win one series.
the 1-1 series. I like that. I like that. All right. How do you feel? I know you're a Padres fan. How do you feel about the Padres?
Not good.
Not good. Aren't
They
you?
were good actually after they made a lot of moves and they were doing great. And then they fell off kind of recently, not doing that great lately. I think they'll make the playoffs though. And I don't know, the MLB is kind of like March Madness in the playoffs. It's pretty unpredictable, so you never know. But right now, it's not looking great.
It's not looking great. I don't know. I think for the MLB, I think the Brewers are in it to win it. That's my World Series finalists.
I think they're gonna be overrated, but we'll see.
That's a team that just never loses.
The Brewers don't have any World Series, right?
They, I don't believe they do. This is the year of the Brewers winning.
I believe there's five teams, and the Brewers are one of. And the Brewers and the Padres and the Mariners are all three of them.
Well, maybe this is the year one of those teams breaks that streak.
Maybe we'll see. I think the Rangers were one of them up until recently, but
But I think the Red Sox are giving us too much hope. I'm a Red Sox fan. They're giving us too much hope. I don't think they're going to do anything.
are they in the playoffs right now?
They are not in the playoffs. They are third in the division.
I think they were doing decent at
They
one
were
point.
doing. They do this every year. It's ridiculous. They get they give us hope, and then they crumble in September, and that seems to be what they're doing.
I
Like
don't know. The Red Sox haven't been on a great streak in the past few years, but
it's been a while since we've been relevant.
they definitely went on a good streak um, decade ago.
I do remember living through that. It was a great time. 2004, 2007, 2013, 2018. Yeah, four World Series.
Had David Ortiz back then.
David Ortiz, childhood hero, greatest athlete of all time. All
I
right,
don't know who the best team is right now in the MLB.
it's the
Let's see.
Brewers.
I don't. Well,
They're not the
right
best
now,
team, it's the Phillies, but the Brewers are going to be the best team.
statistically they are, but I don't know. I feel like teams that come up like that, they kind of rarely end up going far.
All
I remember
right,
the Orioles. I think the Orioles
the
were.
Orioles are bad. They're not good.
But you remember when they won? I think it was maybe 1 or 2 years ago. They won like 100 something games, and then they
Yeah, they're
got
not
swept.
good.
Ended up getting swept in the playoffs after that.
And they're
You just never
struggling.
know.
You never know. That's why playoff baseball is great, except it takes forever and the games go late, especially if you're on the East Coast. East
East
Coast
Coast
time,
sports are late. That is,
East Coast. Yeah, you're just starting to. You
I'm
just moved
I'm
to the East Coast.
I'm
You're just
learning.
starting to learn this.
They literally go to like 1 a.m. and it's important games. Just big games are being played at in after midnight.
It's the struggle of living on the East Coast. This is why I don't like East Coast sports times. I have a huge debate with my old roommate about it. I disagree strongly that East Coast times are better. West Coast times better
West
by a
Coast
fa-
is better the
West
time.
Coast times are better. Sunday Night Football starting at 5 p.m. Ah, what a dream.
Even starting Sunday at like 10 a.m. I like that more than
It's better. You
starting
get
at
out of
1.
bed, there's football on. It's great.
Exactly.
It's the best. Sure, you can't get errands done, but it's the best. All right, let's talk about football. College football. How are we feeling about the Oregon Ducks this year?
They're good.
They're good.
I wish
Do
they
you?
would have done better against Northwestern, but they're good.
All right, I like that. I think they're. I think they're an. Oh, I think them falling in the polls. Who cares about that? I think
They fell.
they fell in the polls a little bit, but who cares?
So what?
They're like number seven, number six. It doesn't really matter.
Hmm.
Like at the end of the day, we still have no losses, and we still have plenty of time to prove ourselves. And obviously, we have Oregon State this weekend, but the big game is against Penn State.
Yeah.
Using the whiteout against Oregon, does Penn State have a chance? I don't think they do. I think James Franklin can't win a big
Oh, they
game.
do. It's a good game. Mainly because it's in Penn State and it's such a big game. It's their whiteout game.
But James
But
Franklin can't win the big games.
this is also Oregon's. Keep in mind, this is Oregon's first big game of the year, so it's gonna make it a little bit harder.
Dan Lanning's going to come up with some way to like use the whiteout against Penn State. I don't know how, but he's going to find a way. He always does. He always finds a way to use something against the other team. Like he's going to blast that whiteout song, the Zombie Nation song all week long, which is
Did you
not.
see their uniforms for this week?
Yeah, they look awesome.
Yeah, they probably like them.
The shoe duck.
The black and gold.
Yeah, they look great. Oregon uniforms are always top notch.
You definitely have a few. I like that they come out with new ones still.
All right. But let's talk about college football as a whole. So, obviously, the big story is there's a lot of big stories. Is Clemson really bad, or did they just play two good teams?
They're bad.
They're bad. You think this is the end of the era?
I don't know if it's the end of the era, but this year it's definitely not theirs. I'll tell you that.
Well, I don't think it was ever going to be their year, but I still think they could turn it around. And the ACC is winnable.
Yeah, for them, yeah.
They could have just played two good teams.
But Florida State's in the ACC, right?
Florida State is the ACC, so Florida State could win it.
Yeah, I think Florida State's gonna win it.
I think Florida State, not Miami.
That's a good game, but maybe okay, one of those two will win it.
I think Miami's biggest I say this all the time, Miami's biggest factor is Chris Paul's gonna make some bonehead coaching decision. And they're gonna lose a game solely because of that.
Which game?
I don't know which game they're gonna lose. I just
Oh,
think they're gonna lose a game solely because he makes like a bonehead decision. We saw Cristobal for 4 years at Oregon. We know what he does. Like he always makes questionable choices.
it's true.
So the question is like, is he above that? I don't think he is. I think there's going to be a game where they're going to like run the ball when they shouldn't run the ball, or like call a timeout when they don't need to call a timeout, or something like that, and it's going to cost them a game or two. I still think they're a very good team. I think they're better than last year. I knew they weren't for real last year.
The who Clemson?
Miami.
Oh, Miami. Well, I mean, I don't know. Miami's gonna be good this year.
I think they're going to be good, but again, I think the question is can Cristobal avoid those coaching blunders that have plagued his entire career?
No,
Yeah, I don't think he can either. I think it's just going to be a long season for them. I think it's going to be a good season, but I think it's going to be a long season of coaching blunders.
You know what's weird in college football right now?
Was weird.
Alabama. They
Alabama.
have not been good.
Let's talk about. I know, but they beat Wisconsin. That's not saying much, but they beat Wisconsin.
What was
That's
the
really
score?
not.
I didn't even watch that
It
game.
was like they won by like two or three scores. They won pretty handily, but again, they got a big game against Georgia coming up.
They're gonna lose that.
They're gonna lose to Georgia.
Yeah,
I,
absolutely.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like Alabama. If Alabama beats Georgia, Alabama fans are gonna shift their because Alabama fans hate Georgia. So if they somehow beat Georgia, then they're gonna be like maybe Kalen DeBoer is okay. Then they're gonna hate Kalen DeBoer like a week later when he loses to some scrub team.
Did you see the Georgia game in Knoxville?
I actually was at a wedding, so I missed most of it.
Did you see any of it?
I saw
Highlights?
part of it. I knew they were up. I knew they should have won. I knew Tennessee should have won. They didn't win.
It was they had a field goal chance to win the game and they missed.
Well, I know you live near Rocky Top. How are they feeling in Rocky Top right now?
They were mad.
I would
They were not
imagine.
happy about it.
I
And it
would
sucks.
imagine.
That was actually a huge game and they really could have they probably should have won that. So
What would it have been like in Tennessee if they had won? Would it have been a full on riot?
yeah.
Goalposts
Tennessee
out.
loves that team. I'm not gonna I see Vols stuff everywhere ever since I've been here.
Yeah, it's a huge part of the culture.
It's like they also really like Peyton Manning, but it's kind of
Of course, they like Peyton Manning. He's very high. Should have been Heisman quarterback. He didn't win it, but he should have won it.
he didn't win it.
He did not win it. Charles Woodson won it in '97, and that's and
Charles Woodson, the
Tennessee
corner.
fans were irate at that.
That's crazy.
All right. Any other college takes? Any other teams think we should be watching? Teams that are frauds? I
I
think
mean,
Illinois is a fraud.
I think. Oh yeah, they are. I didn't think they were gonna lose to Duke, but I think
I thought they were going to lose to Duke.
I think they will lose to any like good team will probably beat
They
them.
play Indiana this weekend.
I actually think they'll beat Indiana, but whatever their first Big Ten game is, they'll probably lose.
Let's look at their schedule. Like they play, they might get away with an easy schedule. I don't know. Illinois football. They do play Ohio State. That could be. They play USC. They play Ohio State. But the rest of their schedule is manageable. Uh, they could easily lose to. They're probably not going to beat Ohio State,
They will not.
but that might be a big game, especially
Could
if they
be.
beat Indiana.
I think Indiana last year when they were undefeated, I think they ended up getting matched up against Ohio State too.
They played Ohio State and they lost.
Yeah, but I like that Indiana team a lot more than this Illinois team.
But who do you think wins on Saturday, Indiana or Illinois?
I'm gonna go with Illinois.
You're going with Illinois? Is it in Indiana or is it in Illinois? Let's check. Because that might be a factor. If it's in Indiana, Big Red's coming out. It's in Indiana, so I'm picking Indiana.
Yeah, I'm still gonna pick
I
Illinois. I
think
think
War
Illinois
Memorial
will.
Stadium is going to be hopping. I think Bloomington is going to be hopping. They're going to be lining up at Kilroy's at 6 in the morning to go drinking. I think it's going to be hopping. Like when that sta- like it's not when that stadium gets moving, it's a lot of. I've never been to a game there, but I've heard when that stadium gets moving, it's fun. I've been to Bloomington. We're a pro Bloomington podcast. Great college town.
Was
Like,
that for? Oh wait, no, that you were in Indianapolis too.
I went to the Big Ten
I think.
championship game. Yeah,
Yeah. What's that place like? What's Indianapolis like?
it's just a basic Midwestern city.
So
There's
like they're all the
there
same.
there's not much to write home about Indianapolis.
It doesn't seem like it would be that bad though. I feel like they got some sports and
They
yeah, they have
like
a great racetrack there.
Yeah, they do. I've been to the Indy 500 racetrack.
And it's a nice
It's
track.
oh, it's incredibly loud, and Indy cars just whiz by you. It's great. You just drink a few beers. It's fun.
Yeah, and NASCAR goes there too.
Yeah, NASCAR does go to the Brickyard sometimes.
Bubba Wallace won there this year. Good for him.
Yeah. You've been. What's the NASCAR scene like in Tennessee? Do they love NASCAR down there?
Yeah, I would say this is not just Tennessee, but like the South is pretty much like the mecca of NASCAR.
All right, I know nothing about NASCAR, so I can't talk about NASCAR very long.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like their thing here. It's one of the things that they like here.
All right, let's move into the NFL. We're 2 weeks in. It seems like your Niners have already been bitten by the injury bug again, but there's
True,
still
but it's not as
you're
bad as
two
it.
you're 2-0. I have to ask, is Mac Jones good?
He's good. He's a good backup.
He's a good backup, but is he played pretty well last Sunday? I know you were playing against the Saints, and that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think Purdy is better, but I think Mac is a really good. I think the backup quarterback spot is actually super important in the NFL because then you can win games like that. So you don't have to have some trash quarterback playing.
Yeah, I
He
think.
could start too. Like Mac Jones could honestly start on some teams.
I mean, he had a starting job. It didn't really work out for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's in a good position right now. He might. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna win the Super Bowl, but he could be a part of that.
But it seems like you have injuries on everywhere, especially in the offense. And you got Kittle down, Purdy down,
It's only really for a few weeks though.
but it's early on in the season, which is good to have it now. Better early than later.
And if you're a 49ers fan, you're used to this.
You're just used to injuries.
Yeah, every single year I've been telling my friend who's a 49ers fan, this happens every year, so I don't really get why it's such a problem. But if you look at the stats, they're like one of the most injured teams year by year. It's kind of insane.
But yeah, how about those Packers
They're good. I think honestly, I have them as number one in the NFC
over the Eagles?
over the Eagles, but it's close. It's a close matchup.
Because they play the Eagles this season.
That'll be a big game when it
That's going to be a
happens.
huge game. That's going to be a playoff like seeding implication game.
That could be the NFC Championship right there.
I think the Eagles, again, like their defense looks different this year, but they still have a great defense. And obviously, their offense is. I know Jalen Hurts hasn't thrown a touchdown this season, but they're still really good.
The Packers just are good everywhere. They have a good offense and a good. I think the Micah Parsons. I think that was.
We manifested that on this podcast, by the way.
I saw that.
We were talking about it like 2 days before it happened. I'm like, bring it. We were like, bring him to the Packers. And you know what? Maybe someone in the Packers organization listens to this podcast. Hopefully they do. And maybe they're like, you know what? We should get Micah Parsons. I think maybe our one viewer was the Packers organization.
I mean, that was a huge pickup. Like I know they paid a lot, but
We're
the
paying him a lot, but he's worth it.
something about the NFL now that they've learned, I think, is that the D line is just overpowered. Like if you have a really good defensive line, it makes your whole defense a lot better.
Who do you think? What do you think the best defensive line is in the NFL right now?
I would say the 49ers are up there. They're not first, but they're up there. Maybe the Packers or the Eagles,
I think the Giants have a very underrated defensive line.
the Giants.
They got Abdul Carter. They got Kayvon Thibodeau. They got sexy Dexter Lawrence, sexy Dexy,
That's kind of how good
Brian
teams
Burns.
slowly get built up. They just kind of go under the radar, and then they get enough good players, and then they get really good. It's kind of what the Commanders did, who I think are the third best in the NFC, by the way.
Well, the Packers beat them.
They did. That's why I think the Packers are probably number one in the NFC right now.
Again, the question is, are the Packers peaking too early? Because we're playing at the top of our game right now. The question is this sustainable? Because eventually the league's going to figure them out.
Well,
And also, I have to admit the running game with Josh Jacobs, it's not as good as it was last year yet. Because last year they were just grounding and pounding with Josh Jacobs and like eating up so much clock, taking like 20-minute drives. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but it felt like it was like 20 minutes. And they were just grounding and pounding with Josh Jacobs. And they aren't doing that this year. They're finding other ways to score, don't get me wrong. They're just not doing it. They're not doing it with like the Josh Jacobs like 10 yards a carry type of thing.
but I mean, your offense also has a few good receivers. You have Jordan Love, who's
He looks some
definitely
even my
good.
mom who knows nothing about football thinks Jordan Love is better this year. She
Yeah,
just took
Jordan
one look at
Love.
him and she's like, he looks so much more mature. He looks like he knows what he's doing. And this is someone who knows nothing about football.
If you have a top 10 quarterback, you have a way better chance of winning the Super Bowl.
And I think we have the best backup quarterback too in Malik Willis. I hope they don't trade him. There's rumors that the Bengals were shopping for Malik Willis. We have the best backup quarterback too. And we're gonna get so much for him if we were to trade him. Like we would get a huge turn on our investment if we trade him, which I don't think we will.
When are you guys getting rid of Lambeau?
We're not getting rid of Lambeau. It's historic. We're not ever getting rid of Lambeau.
It snows too much in there. You got to get rid of it.
Where would we go then?
Well, I mean, you still be there. You just got to build a new stadium, like the Bills.
We don't need to build a new stand. We have Lambeau.
No, I don't think Lambeau can go.
Lambeau
Lambeau's too historical.
it's not going anywhere. It's like it's the temple of Wisconsin. It's not going anywhere.
Wisconsin only has so much. They need something.
Wisconsin's got a lot going for it. Might be the greatest state of the union. I'm not joking.
That's questionable, but
You got beer, you got bratwurst, you got cheese curds, you got the Packers.
bratwurst.
Yeah, you got bratwurst.
Where's that at?
Are you not familiar with bratwurst?
I know what they are, but why would that be in Wisconsin?
Because the Germans came and they brought bratwurst with them.
Let's see, dude, I might go to Wisconsin then. Go to Madison.
Go to Madison. Go eat some bratwurst and cheese curds, and then tell me how you feel about the state of Wisconsin.
Do they have the bratwurst in Wisconsin or in Madison?
They have bratwurst. You can get a bratwurst everywhere in Wisconsin.
All right. They have
There's
like a German town there.
the whole town, the whole city is just a German town.
All right, well, there you go.
Yeah, get some good old bratwurst. And yes, I'm not going to pay you $100 to go find a bratwurst like I did with the pierogi bet that you never did.
Well, it sounds like if I go to Wisconsin, it'll just be around every corner. So
Pretty much, yeah. I still, how'd you not do that pierogi bet?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
That was the dumbest bet I've ever made.
That was like an easy bet for me to win. I had nothing to lose too.
You had only the game. You would have made $100 and
It was
had
literally just
pierogies.
just only gain, and I just didn't do it. I don't know why.
I was gonna pay you
Well, next time I go to Wisconsin, we'll get what is a cheese curd, by the way?
a cheese curd. I actually don't know what a cheese curd is. I just know they're good.
Uh, oh.
They're cheese. I don't know how you get the curds from cheese.
Well, you guys are called like the cheeseheads or something.
We are
So
called the cheeseheads because we're America's Dairyland. A lot of cows and a lot
how
of
come Michigan
cheese.
stole that little island from you guys?
What island?
You know what I'm talking about on top of Michigan?
You mean the Upper Peninsula?
Yeah, they stole that from you.
I think it
They
was always
claimed it as
part of
their own.
Michigan.
No, you guys could have took it, and they took it from you.
All right, but let's get back to the NFL. Whatever, are there any teams that are surprising you, good or bad this year?
Joe Burrow surprising me because he sucks.
He's injured.
Yeah, but he sucks because he's always injured.
He's got an injured
Um,
toe.
I think they should get Jameis Winston, by the way.
You don't have faith in Jake Browning,
No,
former
absolutely
Washington
not.
Husky.
Jake Browning. The only Washington Husky that I would want is Penix Jr. The only good Washington Husky. And I don't know if Roman, the wide receiver,
Roma Dunze.
I don't know if he's good or not in the
He's
NFL,
pretty.
but
He's pretty good.
he was good in college. He was annoying.
All right, so Joe
That
Burrow
season
sucks.
still haunts me.
You think Joe Burrow sucks?
Joe Burrow sucks because he gets injured way too much. Surprising teams. I would say the Packers, honestly.
You're
I mean, I
sup-
thought they were going to be good. I didn't think they were going to be like number one though.
Oh, I knew it. I
Well,
knew
yeah,
it
you
all along.
biasly thought that.
Yeah, I'm a little biased. I can tell you who surprised me the most is the Indianapolis Colts.
Are they 2-0?
They're 2-0. Daniel Jones is playing ball right now. They
Yeah, but
haven't
his camera's
they
good.
haven't punted.
That's crazy.
Like if you go 2 games in a row without punting, you're clearly doing something right unless you're throwing interceptions all the time, which they're not. They're winning games.
Well, good for them. They still
So
have Taylor at running back.
they saw Jonathan Taylor.
Is he good now? I remember
I
he
think
was like
he's
really good and then he fell off.
I think he's all right. I don't think he's what he was, but I think he's all right. But it's just astonishing that Daniel Jones is playing this well after basically getting let go from the Giants. Like maybe it's the curse of the Giants.
Maybe, I mean, the Giants, they just suck, except when Eli Manning's playing, I guess. But
Even when Eli Manning was playing, it's not like every year was that great. They won
I
two
feel like,
Super Bowls, which is more than I have.
well, you guys got one with
We
Aaron
got one.
Rodgers.
They're the Tom. He was the Tom Brady killer.
Who did the Packers beat?
We beat the
The
Steelers.
Steelers. That was like a 2000s rivalry right there.
I mean, we didn't play very often, but we did win in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but those are two of, I feel like the not the Cardinals, the Steelers, Patriots, Packers, they were all really good at that time.
Yeah, it was a good era.
That was a good era. I don't think the Cowboys have been good in a while, so I don't think they were ever there.
Are the Cowboys relevant this year or no?
No,
No.
absolutely not. They lost their best player.
They lost their best player and they're overpaid an offensive lineman. Dak's not that good. I don't
Really
think
surprising. Like they have one of the biggest markets in the whole NFL, and they just are not good.
they have not been good for a while. It's great when they're not good.
I mean,
Life
it's
is better.
all the time too.
Yeah, Cowboys fans are the worst. This is from someone who's never met too many Cowboys fans. I just instinctively don't like them.
I would say the Eagles fans are worse.
Eagles fans are great. I think they
Like
get a bad rap.
no, like Cowboys fans are just kind of annoying. Eagles fans are just the worst.
Eagles fans are lovely, wholesome people who just
Honestly,
love the
like
birds.
of all the teams I don't like, the Chiefs fans are the most like the best of all of them.
Do you know any Chiefs fans?
No, I don't. I know one whose dad is a Chiefs fan. I know someone whose dad is a Chiefs fan, but
Because
Chiefs fans in general seem better than those two.
I mean, Chiefs fans are just Midwestern, wholesome people.
Yeah, and the Chiefs are 0-2, by the way.
Chiefs are, that's another big surprise. The Chiefs are 0-2.
Well, considering who they played, I don't think it's that big of a surprise. I thought the Chargers were going to beat them actually, because they're actually kind of good this year. And what's it called? The Eagles. That's not that surprising. The Eagles are better than the
Yeah, they
Chiefs.
played two good teams. I'll give them that. But if you're a Chiefs fan, should you be worried?
Well, I mean, if they think they're gonna win the Super Bowl, then yeah, because they're not going to. I don't even think they're gonna get to the AFC Championship.
I think
My
this is
AFC
the
Championship, I think, is already set in stone. It's Bills Ravens.
Bills Ravens AFC Championship. Who
I think
wins?
that's absolutely gonna happen. And then winner, I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
This is the Ravens year.
This is definitely the Ravens. At least to go to the Super Bowl.
I don't
There
know.
are some teams in the NFC that might beat them.
I'm feeling good about the Bills this year.
I don't think so.
Come on, the Bills got to win something. Buffalo is a great city with lovely fans.
I mean, if I
That
could pick a team, I would pick the Bills to go to the Super Bowl. Like I would want them to. I don't think they will though.
come on. If Buffalo wins a Super Bowl, Buffalo might burn down,
They probably would.
but then all the snow would melt out the flames.
They'd probably break countless tables.
They drink some little bat blue lights, break some tables. Actually, I once hung out with a Buffalo Bills fan. We were at like a Margaritaville theme party, but there was a folding table, and he was thinking about it. He's like, "Dude, there's a folding table right there. What if I like jump through that?" I'm like, "It's the middle of summer or springtime." I'm like, "It's springtime. We're not at a Bills game, and you still want to jump through a table."
Just in their DNA.
He's like, "Yeah, man, wouldn't be so sick if I jumped through that table." And I'm like, I guess. I don't see why.
I want the Bills to go, but they always blow it. They went to the AFC Championship last year, right?
Yeah, they did. And they lost to the
They,
Chiefs.
yeah. How did that? I don't even remember how that game went.
All I know is the Chiefs won.
I think it was like really high scoring, and there was like some bad calls against the Bills. I don't remember though.
We just knew the Chiefs were going to find a way to win. They always do. And I still think they're going to turn it around this year. Because at the end of the day, it is Patrick Mahomes.
No, they will. They'll probably go to the divisional series. I don't think they're going to go to the AFC Championship though. I think the Ravens and the Bills are both just way better, honestly.
Yeah, except the Ravens lost to the Bills. So do the Ravens beat the Bills again? Do they get their
Yeah, but
revenge?
that was such a, I mean, that was a crazy comeback.
Fell asleep during it, by the way.
It was insane. It was a crazy way
I
to
wish
come
I could
back.
say I saw it, but I missed the whole thing.
They scored like 17 points in the final. I think it was actually like 15 or something like that. But in the final 4 minutes.
It was a crazy comeback. I wish I could say I saw it, but again, back to East Coast time. It sucks.
Yeah,
Games start too late here. All right.
definitely true.
Any other teams you're high on or low on in the NFL?
No,
No?
I just think the Ravens are going to the Super Bowl. That's my prediction.
All right. A team I'm actually sneakily high on. Again, I'll go back to it. I'm high on the Colts. It's a winnable division. The Texans don't look that good. I
Could
think
be.
this is I think this is the year where the Colts get back to the playoffs.
Yeah, they had Andrew Luck at one time, believe it or not, and they were good. And then they lost him and they fell off.
They I think they have the team to get back to the playoffs. I think they do. I know it's week 3. It feels like the Colts should be good, even with Daniel Jones.
That's the problem, though. They have Daniel Jones.
Maybe he's balling out. Maybe we're seeing
Oh,
what Daniel Jones could be.
every quarterback that's decent has a few good games.
Yeah, because Daniel Jones, even when the year when they made the playoffs, it's not like he was lighting it up. He was always Daniel Jones.
We're just at that point in the season where like it's not going to matter that much in 15 weeks.
Yeah, like if the Colts it's not over games, it won't matter if they were once 2-0, but like they look pretty good. They look like they could go the distance. I'm not saying they're going to win every game. They're not.
But I will say these games that they're winning usually become important towards the end.
Yeah. But again, these games do matter.
Last year, the 49ers were losing games like the ones that they've been playing, and now they're finally winning them. So now they're getting some wins instead of stupid losses.
Yeah,
But
Mac Jones is lighting it up for you. Still can't believe we're saying that.
I don't think Mac Jones is bad at all, honestly.
I
He's
think
like
he's
the perfect backup quarterback.
yeah, he's a backup quarterback.
Yeah, he's perfect for it, though. I mean, if Purdy went down and we needed a playoff run, Mac Jones is not a bad
You
option.
you think if they make the playoffs and Purdy goes down, Mac Jones is gonna take you to the Super
No, I'm
Bowl?
not, I don't think he would guarantee take us, but it's like a Nick Foles situation where at least you have a decent quarterback in there.
All right, I'm a fan of a take. I don't think Mac Jones is Nick Foles, but I'm a fan of a take.
That's like the exact same player.
Okay, I'm a fan of a take.
You think Nick Foles is like a legend in Philadelphia?
He is. It's not a question of do I think he absolutely is.
Was that their first Super Bowl?
I think so.
That's crazy.
No, they love the birds in Philly. Philly's a great city. A plus city, great cheesesteaks, great food, good
Yeah, they knocked the
pierogies.
Padres out of the playoffs.
They did the Red October. That's what they call it.
It didn't matter though. Both of us were losing to the Astros anyway. So
All right. Do you have a World Series finalist? Or
yeah, it's Padres versus Mariners.
it's Padres versus Mariners.
Padres versus Mariners.
Okay. Is the Padres a bias pick, or do you think the Padres are a legitimate team to
It's
beat?
a bias pick.
All right.
It's definitely a bias pick, but they're gonna win it anyways. So
We're gonna win it.
yeah, Padres win it all this year.
My team is it's Brewers, and I'm on Brewers. Uh, I'll go Mariners. Why not? I think the Mariners are. I think this is not the same old Mariners.
Is it the Mariners? Very likely, probably not. But I hope it is them.
I think the Mariners are due for breaking the streak of just being bad.
If they could win one playoff series, I'd be happy for them.
Yeah, I think the whole city of Seattle would go nuts if they could win a series.
You've been to Seattle?
Of course, I've been to Seattle.
I haven't, but that seems like a nice spot.
It's a great baseball town. Like it, they like the Mariners. The Mariners are fun. Mariners games are very fun.
I feel like they like the Seahawks by far the most.
Oh, they like the Seahawks by far the most, of course. I will say this about Seattle. You still see people wearing supersonic shirts in Seattle.
Yeah, that was a cool MLB team
They're NBA, but yeah.
or NBA team.
But you still see people wearing supersonic shirts in Seattle, which is crazy because they have not been there for 15 years, something like that. And they're
They turned
still,
into the Thunder, right?
they turned into the Thunder. And Seattle fans are just mad about what could have been.
Well, they would have just won
And they're
the
still,
championship.
I saw little kids when I was coaching basketball wearing supersonic shirts. I'm like, you weren't born when they were a team.
It was a cool team. Supersonics.
The Supersonics.
That's
All
actually
right.
a really good name for Seattle because their thing is being loud.
It is a good team. It is a good name. But before we leave, I got one more question for you. Super Bowl picks, and I record everyone's picks. Who do you got? You already said it. You already said it's gonna be the Ravens. Who are the
Yeah.
Ravens playing?
It's going to be a 2013 rematch against the 49ers.
Okay. Who wins?
49ers.
You got 49ers over Ravens. You are our first person to predict the 49ers. You know, mine's Eagles Bills. I don't have the Packers in there. I'm going for it this year. I'm trying to win my own competition.
You're going against the Packers, even though they're good.
Oh, I don't want to get cocky. I'm in it to win it.
All right.
All right. Anyways, this has been awesome. Always great to have you on the show. You're welcome back whenever you want. Great seeing you. All right.
Good seeing you.
I'll see you later.
All right.
We got an exciting weekend of college football with a lot of ranked matchups, and all starts Saturday at high noon with a big matchup in the Big 12. We got Texas Tech and Utah squaring off. This should be a fun game. Both teams want to make a big statement. They want to get a win. Texas Tech's explosive offense will be challenged by the stellar defense of Utah. Moving in the afternoon, we got Oregon taking on Oregon State. This is a get right game for Oregon to show everyone they're a good team. Not that anyone thinks they're a bad team by any means. However, last week it looked a little subpar. And Oregon State's a dumpster fire, so I anticipate a beatdown of this game. Also in the afternoon, a top 25 matchup with two SEC teams on the rise. This starts, we got Oklahoma versus Auburn. This starts a tough stretch of games for Auburn. And we're going to learn if they're for real or if they just haven't played anyone yet. Oklahoma, on the other hand, we know they're good. They beat Michigan, and we know they're a well-oiled machine. And John Mateer looks like a Heisman frontrunner. Moving into Saturday night, we got Florida against Miami. Now, Miami is really good, and Florida's in shambles. But my hot take for the week is this going to be a better game than anticipated. I'm probably going to be wrong, but I don't care. I really do think Florida is going to come out swinging. They're not going to win, but I think it's going to be a closer game. And finally, a ranked matchup in the Big Ten with Indiana and Illinois. This game is going to determine which team is for real, in my opinion. Bloomington is going to be rocking. I expect this to be an awesome game. I do think Illinois is a little overrated, I think Indiana's pretty good, so I expect Indiana to get the win, but I think this is going to be an awesome game. Moving into the NFL, we got an exciting weekend. It all starts Thursday night with a lopsided matchup with the Bills and Dolphins. Bills look great. Dolphins are a shit show. I expect this game to be a blowout. That's all I got to say about that one. Moving into Sunday, not a ton of great matchups. I'm excited to watch the battle of backup quarterbacks with the Vikings and Bengals. The Packers play the Browns, which I expect to be a blowout. The Rams and Eagles should be a fun one. Both teams undefeated and a playoff rematch. The Rams have had a pretty easy schedule. This game, in my opinion, is to see if they're like actually good or if they just had an easy schedule. Moving afternoon, we got a fun one with the Broncos taking on the Chargers. Big divisional game. The Chargers offense looks strong, but how are they going to compete with the Broncos' elite defense? We got another big matchup in the NFC West with the 49ers and Cardinals. Now, we're going to see Mac Jones is actually good on the 49ers or if last week was a fluke. We're also going to see if the Cardinals are actually good because now that they play a better team, we're going to see if they're good. On Sunday night, we have the Chiefs taking on the Giants. Both teams need a win. For the Giants, I'm surprised they aren't even thinking about starting Jackson Dart. They have nothing to lose. It's not like they're going to make the playoffs or anything. As for the Chiefs, this is a get-right game and also a must-win if they want to stay relevant. And on Monday night, a fun one between the Ravens and Lions. Two high-powered offenses. I expect a high-scoring game, and this game is going to be awesome. That's our show for this week. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back next week. Big Fred, over and out.